We've been receiving more and more questions about how you can attract international buyer for your small business, especially in the states of Florida, California, and Texas, where since the financial crisis, a lot of foreign nationals have been buying real estate. There's now been an interest for these same international buyers to buy businesses. Some of those businesses might be eligible for them to move their families to the US. Here in Florida, 20% of the home purchases are by foreign nationals, whether they're from Canada, Latin America, Europe. They're coming here to buy properties, often in cash, and after some time spending vacation, working in the U.S. on business trips, many of them want to start businesses, buy businesses, and move their families as well. So I'm here in Miami Beach, Florida. You can see behind me a crane. This city has thrived on international investors, particularly from Latin America and Canada, to really grow the real estate market in this city. And now we're seeing many more international business buyers. So not just investing in real estate. This boom of international buyers in real estate really started around the financial crisis. And it coincided with a lot of Latin American economies and some political issues in Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, even Argentina throughout the 2000s. We've seen issues in these countries, and the upper middle, upper class are looking to safeguard their assets in the United States through real estate. And now many of these same foreign national investors are looking to also move to their families. And a lot of the business buyers here and people that are investing in franchises are coming from Latin America, Europe, and other regions of the world. Many international business buyers are going to be focused on whether the business is going to qualify for an investor visa or work visa. In our experience at Visa Franchise and Vetted Biz, 90% plus of international business buyers are looking to get the E2 investor visa if they are in fact seeking a US visa. For the E2 investor visa, they're generally investing between $100,000 and $300,000. The majority of them are not financing. They're going to be using cash, their savings, to purchase the business outright. These businesses for the E2 visa have a requirement of 2 to 3 jobs. Those could be W-2 standard employees, or they could be also 1099 independent contractors. This business should be making money. There should be earnings of about $50,000 or more to satisfy the marginality requirement of the business. So if you're looking to sell a business, make sure that there are earnings above $50,000 that you can show, or that there is a very clear path how the buyer could be making $50,000 within a very short period of time. Make sure there's a few American workers, 2 to 3 jobs created, established from this business, and that the selling price is above $100,000. If it's above $200,000, generally it's going to be easier for the approval at the consulates. Shows that the business investor tends to be more serious, and it opens up also the types of businesses that these buyers can purchase. So one thing a lot of E2 visa business buyers are going to be looking for, and it's often advised from their immigration attorney, is that the purchase of the business is conditioned on the E2 visa approval. And this can be a little confusing for business sellers that are not familiar with what the E2 visa is, and they want to sell their business faster. The good news is the timeline's not that much different than what it would be for an American buyer to get their finances in order. The timeline's usually 3 to 6 months, where the average time to sell a small business in the US is 5 to 9 months. So if you're dealing with a qualified buyer, it's going to be about the same time, it could be even less than selling your business to an American. They're going to want to have this condition, because if the visa is denied, they don't want to be in a situation that they just bought a business for $250,000 and they can't even live in the US to operate it. So it is understandable. In our experience, the vast majority, well over 90%, are approved for the E2 visa. Some of those E2 visa applicants need to go back in for a second interview. That can delay the process 2 to 3 months. And the good thing is that the consulates and embassies across the world will give very particular criteria of why they're being rejected. Most of the time we've seen it's more of a personal issue and it's less related to the business. But if it is related to the business plan writer might need to adjust some of the forecasts for the 5-year projections, and they might ask the business seller for additional information as they input their model. The investor might need to invest above and beyond. We've seen this for if they're buying a business for $100,000, $150,000, where they're going to have to buy the business and then also allocate additional capital. So they're going to have to build that into the business plan and work with their immigration attorney to show how the capital is committed. But for you, for the business seller, there's a lot of moving parts, and you should protect your time and in essence charge a 10 to 20% non-refundable fee if you're selling your business to an E2 visa business buyer. This will make sure that they don't apply once for the visa, they get rejected, and they call the deal off. We have seen that before. If you charge this upfront non-refundable fee, the interests are aligned that they're going to keep applying and working with their immigration attorney and corporate counsel, make any necessary adjustments. In the very unlikely scenario that the visa is rejected the first time, they stand a very good chance to be approved the second time. If they're not approved after the second time, you've been compensated $10,000, $20,000 for your time and money that you've spent on your own advisors as well, whether that be accountants or lawyers. So a few items that the E2 visa business buyer is going to be looking for is some seller training. They're not from the US. Many of them haven't conducted business in the United States. Some of them aren't business owners. Maybe they worked at a multinational in their home country. So they're generally going to need a little more training than a typical business buyer. So if you're able to stay on for 3 months, 6 months, even 12 months, and perhaps charge a monthly fee for your time, that is going to be very attractive for these international business buyers. Also, a lot of them are moving their families to the United States. So they might have kids that are 9 years old, 11 years old, 15 years old that they're going to be enrolling in school. They want to move to the United States in July or August to have their children start the school year at the same time. Many international business buyers might also be looking for some seller financing. They might even have the cash available, or maybe they have almost all the cash available to buy your business outright. However, they want to make sure that the incentives are aligned. So we have seen this with real estate property management, commercial cleaning, landscaping, other service-related businesses, where they want to make sure that the owner is going to transition those business relationships, whether it be with the property owners, whether it be with the businesses that require landscaping services. And maybe it's the seller staying on for 6 months, 12 months, even 2 years, and the last year of the 2-year period is very limited services that you would be providing as the seller of the business to qualify the prospective business buyer. And we always recommend working with a business broker that can act as the filter between inquiries and really preserving your time as the business owner to focus on maintaining the business and making sure that there aren't any hiccups while you're also looking to sell the business. Some of the things to look out for in particular for international, or I should say prospective international business buyers, are: do they already own US real estate? Do they already have a foot in the US, you could say? Is their money liquid? Do they have the cash? Have they consulted and or engaged an immigration attorney? Shows you how serious they are. Are they already working with an accountant to support them on the due diligence, whether for your business or prior businesses that they've already looked at? Also, maybe they've engaged a business consultant or a buy-side business broker to help them in their search. Those are all positive indications that they are serious and you're not going to be wasting your time and entertaining a prospective sale of your business to one of those qualified leads.